Welcome back to Sleepy Hollow. Today we're going to talk to you about figuring out what presents you have before Christmas actually comes.
We have compiled 4 different strategies, if that's what you can call them,
That's
to
exactly
try and
what you
find out what is in the box before Christmas Day. We're going to take you through the 4 strategies right now. We have shaking the box. We're actually going to cut the tape and unwrap it, but put it back together.
Exactly.
We're going to go on the internet, do a little bit of research, measure the boxes, and then if all else fails, we are going to show you how you can find out what is in the box just solely by its weight.
Here we have this lovely little box that's been wrapped. All right, you want to figure out what's inside, so what do?
The first thing, you shake it.
You shake it. Can you hear that? You hear that?
It doesn't work for everything,
But
though.
I can't quite tell what's inside.
It works for Legos.
Bron, tell me how I can get in here to see what's inside.
Well, that didn't open as well as I hoped it would. So we're going to look, and there you can go and on the corners, because there's always corners.
There's always corners. There has to be.
Yeah, every present you get, unless it's a
Exactly.
bag. If it's a bag, they don't love you. It's that simple.
It's not that simple. It's just the truth.
So you got to get right under the tape. You've got to have a really sharp knife.
Razor blade preferably. Kitchen knives, butter knives, don't use that stuff. Get a razor blade. Just be careful when using it.
All right, you got to make sure, because some of this tape is see-through, and it's really hard to find. So you got to find the
But
tape.
also very easily cut.
It is.
Patience is a virtue. It will be your friend as you're doing this.
If you go under it very slowly,
Look at that.
bam, pops right open.
Now, this is where it's important that you're careful with what you're doing.
Focus. You rip this, they find out that you were in the package.
Game over. Because, your mom and your dad, they know how they wrap presents.
Slowly unfold the package.
Slowly.
Now, you might be able to tell what it is from here. At that point, you abandon your quest, you patch it back up, and then you run.
See, and if you were to take a look at this box, look inside that. It's a white box.
You can't really tell what's in there.
There's no label on it. We got to figure out what's inside. We got to pull it all the way out.
So, you can either pull it out, that's one way.
It's one way.
Sometimes you can get it like this.
And it'll just slide
Yep.
right out of the wrapping paper.
If they're bad enough at wrapping, you can just shake it and it'll come right out. So this is where, if you get to this point and it's not coming
and
out.
you might need some assistance where one person pulls the paper, one person pulls the box.
Oh, see, here's where we're going to stop. This is where you abandon the quest because our corners are starting to get ruined.
So you know what you do? You can just lift the paper up slightly to see what's in there.
Take a peek right under that paper.
And guess what I can see? An iPhone 6.
Bam. First
Somebody
present
spoiled.
found out. Then you've just got to make sure that you go back. You
Fold
remember
it the exact same way it's folded. Don't
Which
try
ti-
something new.
which was on the top and which was on the bottom. You got to figure that out before you cut it. And then fold it back over.
And you make sure you use the same tape.
Corners are tight. Put it right over as good as you can.
And you just
You might need a
slap
buddy.
that tape right back on.
Throw it under the tree and bam.
You make sure, you sneak it under a few presents, hide it a little bit so no one knows.
Throughout all of this, make sure that when you go to the bathroom at night or you shower, you get and you look in the mirror and you practice your surprised face because you already know what's in the box.
An iPhone 6. Now we're going to properly show you how to measure your present and then get online and find the dimensions as well.
Exactly. This is if you can't shake it, you don't know what it is. If you can't cut it for some reason, this is especially good if it has a ribbon on it, wrapped all the way around, because you can't cut that.
No.
You'll get found out.
And especially with this bigger wrapping paper, look how well that is. You can't cut that open and figure it out. And listen to that. Nothing's in there.
This has a little something, but I can't tell what it is.
I don't know.
So-
let's figure it out.
Amazon.com and Walmart.com are what's going to help you out on this one. You can go into there and you'll find in the product description or in the just plain description.
In the plain
You'll find
description.
out the product dimensions, and that's what you're going to have. So what we have
And they're
here,
pretty accurate on their dimensions.
they're really accurate. Where you're going to find, I have 2 presents here
Yep.
that I already know what they are. I've checked it out. I've looked it up on Amazon. That's where I found these ones. And we're going to find out which one is which one. We have either an Xbox 360 here or a surround sound system.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go through, and the Xbox 360 dimensions are 11.6 by 7.3 by 12.2 inches. So if you got an 11.6 on there, They might not be exact. Remember, you got to factor in that wrapping paper.
I have no 11.6 here.
I have, let's see, what's that? I've got, an 11.5. So that's pretty close to what they're going to measure it at.
Pretty accurate measurement.
So you have a 7.3. That's going to be our second measurement for we're looking at the Xbox 360 right now. I've got a 7. 7.25.
I got a 7 1/8.
So I'm 2 for 2 on this, and you're 0 for 2. Correct?
What we have in this box is, in fact, an Xbox 360.
Exactly. Check your last measurement right there. It's going to end up being somewhere around 12.2 inches. This is going to be your Xbox 360. Now, let's say you've got more than 2 presents on the table. Okay,
Exactly.
you've got a plethora of presents.
We're talking 9, 10 presents. It's just stacked.
So you've got all the numbers on all of them. You are figuring these out on your notepad. So we've got to make sure that Nico can figure out if this is, in fact, the surround sound system he asked for Christmas.
Exactly.
So, find on your box, does it have a 15.9 inch surface?
Oh, it's got 15.9 on the dot.
What about a 7.1?
7.1. I'm feeling 7.1 right now.
We're 2 for 3. Can we go 3 for 3? 11.1 inches.
11.1 inches. Nailed it right on the head, Ron.
So what we have in both of these boxes are, in fact, on Christmas Day.
So, Chris Point, you get all nuts. You're like, oh, what is it? I have no idea. I got nothing.
Bam.
It's a soundbar!
And my Xbox 360.
Santa Claus loves me!
He has got the best reaction. He has practiced. You can tell he's done this before.
I'm a professional at this.
So now we are going to show you our very last tip and trick to finding out what is in the box for Christmas.
And what we're going to show you here is how you properly weigh your presents, because this is as well in your product description.
Yeah, that's exactly where you're going to find it. It's going to be right by the size. Now this is your last resort. What if they order it from Amazon or Walmart and they don't take it out of that box? Your sizes are going to be wrong. You can't shake it. You've already tried that.
Because there's no sound. There's all the styrofoam stuff in there, and it's just weighted in.
You might be able to cut it open, but you can't see what's in the box because it's in another box.
A box inside of a box.
Exactly.
So what do we have to do? We have to weigh it.
This is where it's going to come in handy. So our scale right here is going to be in a measurement that's not really American. No. We're in kilograms. So if you,
it doesn't work like that,
like me, have a scale in kilograms, remember that 2.2 pounds is equal to 1 kilogram. That's how you can do your little conversions.
There's your conversion ratio. So stay focused.
We have 2 presents here once again to see what could be inside.
Semi-heavy one, pretty heavy one.
This one is a very heavy one. We are looking at 2 different items. It's either going to be a MacBook Pro.
Okay.
13-inch, beautiful. I love it.
Perfect present for Christmas.
I would love one. I hope one of these is that. Or it's going to be an Xbox One.
I don't know that I'd love that much. I'm not a big Xbox fan, so.
Regardless, we're going to find out what are in these boxes. So, we have the MacBook Pro is going to be 3.5 pounds, about.
3.5 pounds.
Yep. And the Xbox One is about 12 pounds.
Okay.
So, we are going to go and I'll set the scale. We're going to see if we can find out which is which.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to see which one of these we can have the MacBook Pro in. Alright, I'll try my
go with the greenie first.
We're going to see if this is pretty close to the 3.5 pounds that a MacBook Pro, that's its shipping weight. So we'll see if it's pretty close to that. Not even close. That is...
We're tipping the scale one way there, folks.
Oh my gosh. So, let's see if Nico's present over here
We're gonna go with the red one.
The MacBook Pro.
Look at... You see this over here?
It's right in the middle.
That's where you want your weight on your present.
Now, you don't have to use a fancy scale like this. You can use your bathroom scale.
You throw it up there, set it on there, it'll pop up digitally what you got. Here, we're going a little old school.
Just don't make sure you don't take it into the bathroom. That could raise some questions.
All I know is I got a MacBook Pro coming at me, and I'm pretty pumped. And guess what? My excited face is good. It is a good face.
It is. We just barely saw that. We're going to make sure that this is the Xbox One. We've taken all the other presents out from under the tree.
We're down to our last one. This is the grand finale of your presents.
We're going to convert our kilograms.
Or are you going to be mad at your parents for the rest of the year?
And Bam. Right in the middle. That is
Boom.
more exact than the MacBook Pro was.
We're talking Xbox One, MacBook Pro,
iPhone 6.
iPhone 6,
Xbox 360.
a soundbar, and a 360.
We are going to have a great Christmas.
I don't know about you, but Santa Claus loves me.
We hope you guys have found this episode really informative, and hopefully you can get away with opening your presents like this.
And please tell us if you used your helpful tips this Christmas to figure out what you had.
Yep, tell us on Twitter @HollowTeam. You can also email us at teamsleepyhollow@yahoo.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.